Hi! So this is my first time ever really making a video to share with you all. I guess I wanted to pass on a little bit of my story, a little bit of what happened. We had a little bit of a scare today. I guess to start, gosh, I'm all flustered. To start, about 3 months ago, I had found a lump on my breast. Guys, if this is where you want to tune out, go ahead and tune out. I think it's an important message for everybody and anybody to hear, but I totally understand. Anyways, I found a lump on my breast about 3 months ago. It was a little bit concerning. I kind of pushed it off. I didn't really take it seriously or dive too much into it. The only person I had told was my now husband. He obviously told me to go get it checked, and I just kind of ignored it, to be honest. I had known that in my family, my mom had had some lumps removed. They turned out to be benign tumors, but nonetheless, she had some, and when she was my age, she had to get some removed. As well as my mom's aunt had breast cancer and ended up passing away from it. So it definitely runs in my family. I kind of ignored that warning sign. Yeah, so I guess last night I was kind of giving myself a check, and which obviously I recommend doing. I didn't know you were supposed to do it more than once, I don't know, a year, but apparently you're supposed to do it like every month. So if you didn't know that bit of information, definitely look into it. I think that's obviously important information to know, and I don't think that necessarily schools or anybody really teaches us these things as women, and I think it's very important. So yeah, I was giving myself another check. I mean, it's kind of like a sensitive area. It's painful to touch, and it's sensitive and tender. It's definitely uncomfortable. So yeah, I was looking into that, and I kind of brought it back up to my husband and said, you know, it's really sensitive. I don't really know what to do about it, but it's getting like more uncomfortable, and I don't know, like kind of just put it off again. I mean, I brought it to his attention to see what he would do. Mind you, he is in PA school right now, so this is definitely a field that interests him, and he knows way more about than I know. So obviously bringing it up to him, I was like, yeah, so what do you think? And he said, okay, so not to get personal or anything, but he was like, yeah, let me touch it, which apparently like all doctor PA people think it's normal to just touch and feel and see every weird thing that happens in somebody's body, which I don't understand personally. I don't want to see any of that, and I don't want to feel it, but apparently it's amazing to people who are in the medical field. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, he was feeling it. He was like, yeah, I think there's definitely something there. I don't know. He said it's not really his expertise or anything. He hasn't learned about all that in school yet, which coincidentally, they just went over in school today of all days. They decided to go over breasts and some other topic. I don't remember, but breasts were like the biggest thing of the day for them in school, which I thought was a weird coincidence. So yeah, he just said, you need to schedule an appointment. You need to schedule an appointment. Go meet with somebody. Go see them, talk to them, get an opinion on what's going on. You know, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's really not a big deal. Like, you're making it into like this big crazy thing. So I called my mom and I asked her, I said, hey, didn't you find some things when you were my age? And she said yes. And of course, she, being a parent, freaked out and has been calling me ever since. Her and my dad both. My dad is just as concerned. They've been calling me nonstop, and I love them to death, and I totally understand their reasoning, but I haven't had a chance to like process anything or breathe or, you know, kind of take in what it is that is this. And so, I mean, it's a scary thing. You find a lump on your breast and I mean, instantly your thoughts are breast cancer, like something's wrong with me, oh my gosh. I mean, that was my first thought. I freaked out. I went to the worst possible thing that could be, and I don't know, my mind has been racing ever since. Well, I made an appointment with my doctor. Sorry, that is my dog that is trying to jump on the bed. I made an appointment with my doctor and kind of went in and I was just like, this is just a little concerning to me. I mean, there's nothing, I don't know, everyone else is kind of freaking out, but like, I don't think it's a big deal yet. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, but I just thought I would bring it to somebody's attention. And so we did a breast exam, and so she was going over like the front parts and everything and just kind of feeling out everything, and finally she got to the sides where it's located, and instantly she was like, yep, you have a lump. Like, and instantly I'm like, oh my gosh, like I went in here thinking I was just being this paranoid, you know, it's not a big deal kind of thing, into straight freak out mode. Like, this is real. Like, a doctor just told me I have a lump. That's scary. You know, my mind was racing and I couldn't really process. I don't really even know if I remember a lot of things she said to me because my mind, and having anxiety and dealing with anxiety, and my mind instantly and my heart just started racing. Not full on panic attack, but I mean, in the works a little bit. I mean, that's scary. So after that, she sent me, I go to a certain hospital here that kind of has a little bit of everything. They are connected. It's a very big network. So they are connected to all the hospitals. They're connected to like gynecologists. They have things for women's health. They have radiology centers. I mean, everything. They got everything, luckily. And in that same building, they had a radiology unit. So as soon as she said that too, I kind of was like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting sent down to radiology. That's terrifying. But she said, yeah, we're gonna send you down to radiology and they're gonna do a mammogram, which as a 25-year-old, never would I have ever thought that I would be getting a mammogram. At my age, I just didn't, that's just not something you think about. You think, I guess, that people like, I don't know, 50 or older, I don't know, people get mammograms at that age, I don't know. So I obviously don't know a lot about this field. So I went down, heart racing, mind running, and, you know, they were talking me through it, and they were like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I'm sure it's a very routine thing for them to do. It's just obviously not something that is comfortable with me. Like, I'm sure many people go through this and many people deal with it, but it's not something that I deal with. It's not something that I deal with on a daily basis, and it's obviously an unknown subject to me, and which is just scary in itself. But I ended up going down there, and, you know, we got into their unit and they're asking me all these questions, you know, family history, tenderness, symptoms, everything. So we got through all the base work, and so they said that they were going to go talk to the doctor, which I never actually saw the doctor all day, which is, I guess, not so unheard of, but kind of frustrating as a patient. I mean, I kind of want to speak to somebody, I want to know what's going on, but she went and talked to the doctor, and he said instead of a mammogram right away, which is what we thought we were going to be doing, we got scheduled for a ultrasound. So yes, we scheduled an ultrasound. I went back there, which, I don't know, I've never had an ultrasound on anything, and as soon as you think ultrasound, you think, like, I don't know, babies? So I went back and had an ultrasound, and, you know, they're examining everything, and of course they don't tell you as they're looking at things, they just do it, and it's just a very odd experience to go through. So yeah, they had one lady come in, do it, and then they had another lady come in, and she kind of went to a little bit more thorough depth with it. You know, as a first-time person of this happening, you know, I think it's completely normal to feel out of your comfort zone, and, like, you know, somebody other than my husband is looking at my boobs. Like, it's just weird. I know, it's just boobs. Everyone needs to settle down about it, and they're just boobs. Free the nipple. Yes, I'm all about it. But, you know, it's just kind of weird, and I think we have this weird culture around boobs anyway, and we need to set them free and be way more open about them. But there is, like, stigma around it, so which we need to end. Just end the stigma around boobs. Just do it. But she went back, showed the doctor my results. Again, I never got to see results. I never got to see the doctor. I never got really explained anything, which I think in this whole process has been the most difficult to deal with. You know, I kind of want answers, and I want some face-to-face time of what is going on. I'm sure, again, this is all routine for doctors, and they do this every day, but I think they need to be a little bit more observant and caring that, you know, this is a scary experience for somebody. This is not normal for somebody, and, you know, put a little bit more time into, I guess, how you're feeling with your patient. Anyway, they came back, they were like, yeah, we're gonna take you to, the radiology again, and this is my puppy, she wants attention, sorry. She's just all up in my business. She just has to be a part of everything. Say hi, Autumn. Hello. Okay, but she sent me back to get my mammogram done because the doctor apparently said, yes, we want to see more testing, and yeah, we just need to see more things, which I did get told that as a younger female, we have a lot higher density breasts. Our tissues are more dense, which makes it a little bit more difficult to see masses or things abnormal in your breasts. So be aware of that if you are younger. I guess, yeah, we have high density boobs. Cool. Anyway, I went, had my mammogram done, and which is just, you don't really know what to expect when you go in for your first time. I didn't know what to expect, at least. It was kind of this thing that I didn't even put thought towards. I didn't think I had to. But it was weird, and I mean, you pretty much well, they pretty much lift your boob and stick it into, like, on a flat surface, and then this other flat surface kind of comes down and, like, pancakes your boob, which is not the most comfortable feeling, and having, like, a painful lump on the side of your boob is definitely not the most comfortable thing. Like, yeah, I didn't feel good at all, like, not to scare anybody, but it definitely didn't feel good. But yeah, I was in there, and, you know, they do it from multiple angles, and they did, I guess, extra for me because they know that there was a lump in there, so I guess they did extra angles. Got done with that. Again, not the most pleasant experience. It's not fun, and I don't know. But she said she was gonna go take the pictures back to the doctor, which again I didn't see. And, you know, I expected it to be kind of like an x-ray. You know, they would go show the doctor would come in, show you your pictures up on that little light box, and, you know, they would point out areas of worry, or, you know, hey, your bone is fractured here, but instead, in this case, hey, like, this is your boob, and, you know, I don't know, there's things here to be concerned about. Well, no, I didn't even get to see any pictures, or, which is, like, the interesting stuff, like, show me some pictures, I want to see some pictures. Yeah, I didn't see anything, they didn't show me anything, so, yeah, then they just came in, and after she spoke with the doctor, you know, she was just like, well, the doctor doesn't really, like, see anything to be, like, it's just normal. And so I'm kind of sitting there, and I'm like, okay, obviously, like, yay, like, I don't, like, I'm happy there's no, like, huge, crazy, like, oh my gosh, we found this, and it's horrible, but on the other hand, I'm kind of like, okay, so I ultimately, like, I just don't have any answers. And that's my whole skepticism with going to the doctor at all, is because I feel like I just don't get answers. Like, I just don't, I don't know, I've had multiple experiences in the past where, you know, they just don't tell you anything. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, if it's so normal, or whatever they want to call it, you know, why do I have this painful lump on the side of my boob? Like, which also, it wasn't just one boob, they ended up finding another one in the other boob. I should have said that to begin with. But the one on the right is bigger and way more painful. But, I mean, why do I have these lumps if everything is so normal? Like, I don't, that just concerns me. Like, and why is it painful? That's a whole nother topic. Like, if it's something other than a tumor, I mean, maybe it's a cyst, maybe it's, I don't know. But, like, they didn't tell me what was causing my pain and what it was. Like, they just said everything looks normal and then sent me on my way. I mean, I'm kind of reeling from it a little bit. Like, the whole day in itself was just so stressful, and panic attacks and freak out moments. It does not help my anxiety at all, but I'm trying to process what this means, and I, like, didn't get answers. That's frustrating. I don't know what to do. They didn't tell me, hey, let's do a follow-up appointment. Hey, let's schedule this then. Like, I just didn't get anything. Sorry, the husband just got home, so I had to go say hi, and he was wondering what the heck I was doing. anyway, I just felt like I left not knowing, which is just like scary. I'm sure if it was something way concerning, I definitely would have known walking out of there. But still, like, I'm left with this, you know, what is it? Like, is it something to be worried about? You know, like, what are my next steps? And I don't feel like I found that out. So, like, I'm sitting here, where do I go from here? What do I do? I left the doctor's office and I had to go back to work, which at work, you know, my mind is just racing. I pretty much got, got nothing accomplished. I don't know. It's really hard to concentrate on something when you have this thing just lurking in the back of your head. Top it off, you have anxiety, which is already always back there. This just has something for the anxiety to feed on, make it worse. So, you know, I was distracted all day. I ended up leaving work early after confiding in some friends, and getting their opinions on the matter, getting the opinions on my family on the matter of Zach. You know, I ended up leaving and I just felt so uneasy about everything. You know, I want to know things and I want to know answers, and I'm not the kind of person to settle for not knowing things. So, I mean, especially it's coming down to my own body. I want to know. I want to know what's happening. So I ended up, okay, I'm gonna get so much crap for this. I have never seen a gynecologist. There, I said it. Now everybody hate on me and bash on me and tell me how stupid I am. Yes, I know. I never saw the need. I think that obviously it is so important. I just, you know, I've just never done it myself. Yes, I know I'm stupid, and yes, I should have done it when I was like 15. It was just never something that was pressed upon me. You know, I wish I would have done it sooner. It probably would have been easier to get it done sooner. Now it's just like awkward 25-year-old walking in, like, first time. Yeah, so I scheduled my first gynecology visit today. I didn't get in today, I just had to schedule the appointment, but I figured as all of this is going on, it's definitely like scared me into reality, and like obviously that's something I need to do, and I kind of want to talk to somebody who is a little bit more trained, not more trained, I'm sure the radiology people were completely trained, but who is a specialist in these areas, to kind of talk me through what was found, what wasn't found, you know, my results. I just want some questions answered. But yeah, definitely not a bad idea to schedule an OBGYN appointment. I'm kicking myself in the ass for it. Sorry. But yes, so I will be going to that in a couple weeks. That's the soonest they could get me in, and I'm sure I will be stressing and worrying and everything else before then. But you know, that I thought that that was the appropriate next step to take, to kind of, first of all, get just an annual exam done, make sure nothing else is going on. I know that my mom had some type of issues when she saw a gynecologist, that she needed to get checked out, so I want to make sure I don't have anything going on with me. But yeah, I just felt like this person could help me out a little bit and provide some more information for me. So that is my next step. I don't know how to feel. I don't know, like, I'm scared, but I don't know, and I just feel like this needs to be a more common thing. Like, tell your children and tell your, I don't know, friends for all I care, tell them, hey, go get a breast exam. Have you given yourself one? Like, maybe we should be going over this more in school. I don't know, but like, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I just wanted to make a video to kind of share my story if anybody else has gone through anything like this. I would love if you reached out to me. Share your story with me. I want to know if you've gone through anything like this. We can chat it up, we can talk, but I just think it needs to be something that is talked about. And I feel just getting it off my chest and sharing what I have gone through has just been a nice thing. I don't know if it helps anybody at all, that's worth it. And if it just makes it more relatable and makes you just want to go get checked, that is totally way cool. Like, yeah, you do that. You go do that. Guys and girls, go do that. You know, it's a scary thing that I'm going through, and I have a great support system. I have had people praying for me, you know, watching out for me and just telling me and reaching out to me, saying that I've been in their thoughts. I couldn't ask for better people in my life to help me through whatever I'm going through. You know, I'm just so thankful for everybody, and I just want the word to kind of get out more. I know it's not stigmatized really anymore or anything like that, but, you know, just go do it. Like, even if you're scared, even if you don't think anything's wrong. I was dumb and I didn't think anything was wrong, and, you know, I kept putting it off, and I just do it. Like, especially if it runs in your family. Oh my gosh, go get checked. It's not as scary as it sounds. I mean, having something on you is scary, but like actually going to the doctor and just taking that first step is not scary. Take all the preventative measures that you can. Go make sure you have an annual checkup and are checking yourself all the time, you know. I wish I could give some more information on how to give yourself a thorough check. It's something that I'm still looking into, and I mean, they just told me keep an eye on it, and if it grows, if you feel any more discomfort, if it goes on for a long period of time, hey, you know, let us know again. So I guess it's up to me to kind of keep an eye on things and, you know, go from there. I think I've made the proper steps to go forward. But yeah, so I just thought that I would make a video, my first video, about something so intimate and personal. But it's so important. But yeah, so thanks for listening, and thanks again for all the support. You guys are awesome.